Well, hello, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. If you are new, hello, I am Yasmin. If you have not already, please like and subscribe. Sagittarius, I was sitting here, I was wondering like what else? What's something new that I could do for your reading? And I'm not really familiar with these cards too much. However, I want to kind of take my time to see if I can like do something different with these cards. Okay. It is going to be a good reading. We are going to look at both sides of these cards and see how it's going to relate to you. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is going to be including, I can pretty much tell you your feelings, romantic love, your money, that type of thing. So let's go ahead and get into it. Hey, Tiffany, your first card already popped out. So this is for Sagittarius. There we go. Good and bad, or something you've experienced. I'll say it that way. All right. So one of the cards that came out here is Knight. You would, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? It's like the Knight of Swords. We're going to talk about that in a minute. I love it. You have, I don't know what this is. Opiate child. Okay. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see what that means. You also have Bombiant. Ooh, interesting because it has luxury on one of the first definitions on there. And then you have nerd. All right. I absolutely love these cards so far for you. I don't know these cards at all. We're going to clarify it with the tarot. We're going to see what this means for you. Um, with love and romance and all the good stuff. Okay. Now, the first card that came out here is Knight. I'm going to say that this is definitely someone who's going to be entering into your life. Okay, but I want to see what this says. It is someone who is very chivalrous. It is someone of honor, someone who is loyal. Ooh, okay. Someone who is very protective over you. Now, I feel like this is someone who's going to be coming in. However, remember it's reverse too, right? So before I move forward, I'm going to see if this is the person that's coming in or if that's someone you've already dealt with based on what comes out in the tarot. So let's go ahead. Let's see. Let's cross our fingers. So this is going to be for Sagittarius. Sagittarius, let's get it. Let's see what comes out here for Sagittarius. That's one. Ah, okay. You got the Three of Swords so far. I don't do reversals. These are not reversed, okay? I want to see what comes out. This is for Sagittarius. Sorry. Oh, you got another Knight. All right, so we have the Three of Swords. We have the Knight of Swords. Someone is definitely coming in. And then you have the High Priestess. Truthfully, I'm just going to tell you. For a lot of you, it could be either or. And I love the fact that the High Priestess came out last because this is letting me know that for some of you, this is someone you do not know. Love it. Love it. I was getting kind of scared there for a second, okay? But I am going to say I want to read the other side of that Knight. And before I get into it, because I don't know what it says, but I want to tell you it's not so good. Okay? Only because you have the Three of Swords that's coming out. Three of Swords talks about what the person did to you, how the person caused you pain, okay, suffering in some way. This is what you're moving away from. That is what this other Knight is representing. Now, I'm not saying that for some of you, okay, that the person isn't trying to come back. We've already seen that plenty of times in your reading, but it's more so, it's like recounting a situation. So what I'm going to do is see, I should have did this before, but either way, let's see what's the reversal side of the Knight. Someone coming in with a certain type of motive, someone that's pretending to be a nice guy, okay, and someone who is keeping secrets. So I'm going to say I'm going to have to turn that around. I feel like this is the person that you were dealing with, someone who I feel like you're not talking to here with the High Priestess, but someone who is definitely, unfortunately, who has caused a lot of pain with A lot of secrets. This is a third party energy, hands down. And for a lot of you, you already knew what this was. Now, I don't want to say just third party. Third party could be a mother, it could be, friends, getting in the way of what you want. This could also be the secret, could be like a same sex type of thing, like someone who's a friend, but they really not a friend. Okay. So there was some shit. Okay. But because of that Three of Swords, I'm going to have to reverse the Knight. All right. But I do feel like that High Priestess is definitely saying, that there's going to be new people who's going to come in. Now you have the next card here, and it is, I don't know what this word is, but it talks about you and possibly what you're needing. Even though these are words written on this card, I have to intuitively know what this is talking about, right? So even just looking at this, I feel like this is you needing to be nurtured. It is a child. I talked about this with Taurus earlier about the inner child. And for some of you, what may have happened to you is abuse. Okay. I feel like you've been dealing with people who may have been very, what if you had a parent that was resentful of you? What if you had people who were jealous? But either way, I do see that a person who needs to be nourished, okay, and nurtured, okay, here. So, but for you, it talks about you are very passionate and you give to other people. You are very empathetic, but you've had a very hard time finding people who are like you, who's like you, who gives to others and who has a little bit of an innocence. Not saying that you are innocent, okay? Not saying that you are foolish by no shape or form, but I feel like you looked at the best of people. And you know what happens when you look at the best of people? Sometimes you get burned. That is what I'm seeing there. So what I'm going to do is clarify it. I'm going to see what that is all about. Hopefully we can get some good stuff with this, because a part of that child is something that needs to be healed. Now I want to see what area, what house is going to come out with this child energy. It could be an actual home, or it could have something to do with someone bullying you at work. Okay. So let's see what house and what situation this is. Let's see. These cards are so much easier to shuffle, but the words are like, seriously, they distract me a lot. Okay, so you have the Ten of Wands, you have the Moon card, woof, and you have the, oh Lord have mercy. I was really hoping that the Queen of Cups did not come out in this reading. That's something I did not want to see, because sometimes with the Queen of Cups, it can represent someone who has been in your life that has been very, I don't know, I'll say it this way. Child could be a mother who has made you feel worthless. You could be in a very cranky mood if your child comes in and says something to you because of things that you've experienced as a child. You may be extending some weird energy towards your own children because you're very vulnerable. See, the Queen of Cups in general, let me just be honest, y'all. The Queen of Cups can be a beautiful energy, but not necessarily with that particular card. This is like, I love my child. I love y'all, but not right now. Not right now. Very moody, right? There's a lot of things that your children don't even know about you because of what you experienced. And what you've experienced is also causing you to have some of these weird things in your relationships. The way you move in relationships, how you treat your children, how you are in relationships with your man, with your woman, right? You also have the Moon card. I'm just gonna tell you, this feels like sadness, vulnerability. Who cares about me? I'm a child, right? Who's going to protect me? I feel very exposed. I feel like I'm out there. No one cares. Remember, the child is sitting on the floor, wrapped around with the knees wrapped around, arms wrapped around the knees. The moon isn't a really good energy, right? It's that those deep hidden feelings. And again, this is kind of like suffering in silence. Things that what? Technically, this is you're carrying. This is what you're carrying. I'm going to change a different word. This is what you've been carrying. Okay. So with this one, it does go back from child for a lot of you. And I mean infancy. So what I want to do with this one, it looks absolutely amazing. Let me talk about this one. The first one that comes out here is luxurious, magnetism. It talks about thriving in music and art, your self-expression, liberation. That's this one. And can I say that there could be people who are going to come in, or someone who may actually come in and liberate you, help you to express your feelings, or be able to give you the opportunity to express yourself the way you want to be expressed. Like, I need someone to hear me, because before they weren't listening. That's where that vulnerability energy came from. This is kind of like the way I feel right now is exactly the way I felt when I was little. Okay. But as soon as I saw Bon Voyant, I already knew. Okay, because this energy came out for someone, I believe. I don't use these cards necessarily in personals. It's just because I don't. But I think I was trying it on somebody, and this card came out. But it was in harmony with the tarot. So we're going to go ahead and see. We're going to see what's going to come out here. With this luxury energy, I like the fact that it talks about music and art, and I think we've said this before. Sagittarius, for some of you, you're going to be front and center. You're going to be out there in the open. You're not going to be hidden. You got two cards here that talks about hidden. No one see you. No one knows anything about you. I'm just thriving. I'm so good at what I do. Why can't nobody see me, right? You got two cards that actually talk about that. This is the thing that's really been hurting you. It doesn't even have to be in love. This could be just because of your talent. Another thing with the inner child, I don't feel seen. Right? So let's see. Let's see what comes out with the Bon Voyant. Oh, I love it. Your sense of peace. Six of Swords. Hello, Sagittarius. I love it. Two of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. Absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. The end of hard times here with the Ten of Swords. You guys have been knowing for years. Ten of Swords always for me. Depends on the reading, right? Or what's surrounding the cards. This one is absolutely fantastic. The ending of those experiences that you've had that has caused so much heartache, so much suffering, so much pain, something you were carrying. Nobody else helped you. No one was around to help you. That's that. Remember, I said whether it was emotional, whether it has something to do with financial, whatever. That's the end of that. You're not saying that you're not going to have challenges. It's like the complete opposite. Okay, you ain't gonna be in this life, and you won't have it. But it is not in the way that you've been experiencing it. Let's just go ahead and talk about it. Remember, I said luxury. One of the cards came out was the Queen of Pentacles, and then you have the Two of Pentacles. Are you ready, though, to actually experience this? And now, the reason why I say that is because Two of Pentacles, to me, feels like a busy card. There's a few cards in the deck that talks about being very busy. Are you actually ready to experience and to have what you really been wanting? So it's good when it's on paper. It's good when it's in your head. But when it comes down to it, are you able to really get everything organized and in order to have the type of life that you are wanting? And I do feel like for a lot of you, you are going to have to put in the work, but you also have to be organized here. Okay, definitely. Two of Pentacles is busy. I love your reward. I love what you're going to get in return because of that here with the Queen of Pentacles. So it's not like, and we see luxury. I mean, Queen of Pentacles is like, I'm able to buy what I want comfortably, after being ruined at Ten of Wands. After my ruin, right? Someone ruined me, a person ruined me, my family ruined me, my man ruined me, my wife. After my ruin, now I'm sitting at a place where I feel a little bit more comfortable, says the Queen of Pentacles. That is what you're no longer carrying. That's the thing that you guys are basically putting down. Okay. You had nerd. Let's read it. I love this. By the way, I love nerds. I do. Okay. And I know a lot of Sagittarius love nerds. And the reason why I know this for a fact is because every time I pull your reading, you guys are the sage for once. And so, what is that? Philosophical, right? You love to read, you love to learn, you love to be seasoned. Okay. So, let me see what this is. It literally says eccentric interest, true to themselves, inspiring others, highly technical or scientific, someone who likes to be in solitude, shy, works alone. Why do I feel like this is you? I do feel like this could be someone else outside your energy, but for some odd reason, I feel like this is you. But I do feel like this is the type of energy that you attract. Okay. Now we're going to see if it's the good or the bad, right? Now, the opposite of that is sometimes you could be too much of a nerd, which will be socially awkward. Okay. Sometimes struggling with your personal appearance, sometimes struggling with time management. It's not on here, but I'm telling you, I already feel it. And struggling to develop personal relationships. Ooh. Hmm. 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 That right there is exactly what I was just talking about with this energy. It's like you're supposed to learn love from your first love, which is your parents. But for some of you, if that has been fractured, if where you've been has been fractured, then there is really no way for you to identify what love really is. You only know it based off of what you think and what you see and what you hear other people may say. Okay. But for some of you, you may not know. Now, I'm not saying that you can't know intuitively or just naturally. I feel like for some of you, you've been struggling with that because maybe if you've had someone like we saw before who have been portraying to love you, maybe you didn't get it. Maybe your intuitive powers, somebody was able to be like the Jedi master, right? They were able to get past that. But we're going to see. RL said, exact description of me. I love nerds. I really do. I feel like, and I'm not saying nerds where they're like, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. It's about smart people. Okay. We're not saying that they have to be nerds to the point where like nerds could be a person that is like body is on point. And you will never, but they love to read, right? It's not the appearance, it's their mind. Okay. What is that called? What is that called when is it sapiosexual or something like that? Y'all help me out. Help me out. This is what I'm saying. I feel like this is for both Sagittarius divine masculines and divine feminines. I feel like the divine masculines actually really get turned on by someone who's really smart. Like they play it off, in a little bit, but I really do feel that way. Let's go ahead. Let's get this nerd energy. Let me see. Somebody said with glasses. I know, right? Just because a person has glasses don't mean they're a nerd, right? You know that was aesthetic. Just like how people put on freckles, baby, those are not real. She can have on glasses. He or she cannot have on glasses and can barely read. You see what I'm saying? This is why I was saying like someone who is actually intelligent. Like you guys have intelligent conversations. And you be like, ooh, that conversation we had last night, baby. Pack the weed. You see what I'm saying? It's like whatever it is about them turns you on in such a good way because it's like I ain't had a conversation with nobody like that if ever. You may have, but not in so long you don't even remember. I like the fact that this is coming out because to me, it feels like something's coming. Somebody's coming. Now you have one of the cards that's coming out here is the Fool card. Oh my goodness. Then you have the Eight of Wands, and then you have the Queen of Wands. Hello, I knew it was a person. I knew it. I knew it. Absolutely fantastical. This is where you're going. Now, I like the fact that the Eight of Wands is here with the, and this is kind of nasty, right? Because these are usually the nasty ones, right? Like they're very conservative, very reserved, but then outside of that, they kind of surprise you. You be like, ooh, like this is the type of person this person is. Like I see this person being very sexually turned on, and but this Queen of Wands is the kitty. It could be either way, right? Kitty or whatever, right? But I really do see like this is the type of person that will be really turned on, very chasey. Okay. But I feel like it is more so like in public, reserved, that type of thing. Okay.